8 arrests in a Steubenville human trafficking sting last week are shedding new light on just how widespread the issue is and how often it hides in plain sight. Thank you for joining us for 7 News at 10. I'm Stephen Moore.
And I'm Mary Flavin. 7 News reporter Alex Taylor has the story.
Over the past decade, nearly 1,800 people have been identified as sex or labor trafficking victims in the state of Ohio. With a network of highways, rail lines, and rivers that connect much of the Midwest, Ohio has become more than a corridor. It's a crossroads. The state sits within a day's drive of reaching over half the United States population, making it a key route for traffickers to move both people and money. Just last week, a local human trafficking sting led to 8 arrests, one man accused of trying to meet a minor for sex. But investigators say what happened there is part of something much bigger, a problem that hides in plain sight across our region.
So I did see the sting and I found it encouraging. It is very prevalent, and I think the biggest misnomer is people simply don't understand what sex trafficking actually is and what it looks like.
From 2013 to 2022, law enforcement in Ohio identified more than 1,700 potential victims and over 1,300 suspected traffickers. In 2024 alone, 117 more potential victims were reported statewide. But advocates say the number only shows a fraction of what's really happening.
I know for myself, I used to think it's just like young children in like Thailand or an East Asian country. We don't understand the mental control that people take over other people. And by the way, this is not just a woman issue. We are seeing a progressively more and more young men being brought into this world as well.
Police say that misunderstanding is one reason operations like Steubenville's sting are so critical. They help uncover victims who might otherwise stay invisible.
You hear cartels human trafficking people. Well, it's not just cartels. Regular people here can human traffic other people here as well.
We've met many people that have shared with us their stories of being sold by their own parents.
They say trafficking doesn't always look like what people expect, and it often starts close to home.
There's vulnerable portions of our society, especially children. So, we want to reach out and make sure that we address and try and stop that at all costs.
Molly McGovern says that victims are lured in through relationships or addiction and then trapped by control, manipulation, or fear. For many victims, what starts as survival quickly turns into something they can't escape. Would you describe this as a type of modern-day slavery?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, people are being held against their will. And then once somebody becomes dependent on drugs, they have no other option except to continue in the sex industry.
She says what most people think of as prostitution is often anything but voluntary. Is human trafficking the same thing as prostitution? Are we using those interchangeably?
So I think that a lot of people often don't understand that what they're seeing in prostitution is rarely just simply prostitution. And I'm only speaking for our part of the community. I have yet to meet somebody who works in prostitution who is doing it with free will. And that's after 12 years, street level.
Officer Buckmelter agrees, saying the goal of these undercover stings isn't just to make arrests, but to identify and reach potential victims.
We're targeting it all because all of it is a crime. And you don't know. You don't know if somebody's being trafficked or not. You don't know if they're engaging in prostitution voluntarily or not. And if you don't engage and you don't conduct these types of operations and be proactive, you never will know.
Jefferson County Sheriff Fred Abdallah Jr. says protecting potential victims, especially minors, takes a unified effort.
I do think that that's a terrible problem, especially any sick pervert that wants to take advantage of our children in this county. They need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent, and we need to do everything that we can to get them off the street. And I applaud Steubenville PD and the agencies that worked with them to pull that operation off. They really did a good job.
Ohio remains one of the top 10 states for calls to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, a reminder that this issue isn't confined to big cities or faraway places. It's happening right here in the Ohio Valley. The recent local arrests show this issue isn't somewhere else. It's here. Staying vigilant and reporting what you see can help someone else who may not be able to speak up. Reporting in Steubenville for 7 News, I'm Alex Taylor, working for you.